When it comes to city builders based around ancient Rome, Pax Augusta is seeking to be one of the most historically accurate and realistic games ever created. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and yes, again, welcome to the demo for Pax Augusta, a game coming out sometime in 2024 that has an absolute plethora of knowledge and tutorials and details and so much more. A game where you can start from a humble little mayor, or I guess builder of a city, all the way up to Caesar and become the Roman Emperor. It's pretty cool, actually, and there certainly is a lot of beauty here in terms of it looking like a Windows 95 game or something along the lines of Diablo, and I think that's exactly what it's going for. It has a lot of charm and is certainly tackling a lot of the big issues of city builders in a much different way. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and take our first look at the demo for Pax Augusta. And if you'd like to see more of this game or any other ancient city builders on the channel, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe right now to be able to see much more. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, because there's so much information and text and story here, we'll be flying through a lot of it so we can see the main meat and potatoes of the game, which of course is a city builder. So if at any time you want to stop and read some of this stuff, go right ahead. The game immediately introduces us to, by the way, with a nice option of how we want to control the camera and its rotation, so kudos to the dev for that. And this is simply a tutorial of the actual game itself. There will be a story mode and also an endless sandbox mode too, so you can kind of play to your heart's content. Now don't worry, the game is not just simply a game that looks along the lines of maybe Civilization or Bannerlords or something, but no, we actually get to build these cities here and they'll appear on the map later on. We'll be going up to the northwest section up here after we kind of follow the story a little bit. So we're supposed to click on the wagon. A story develops then about, well, basically it being a demo slash beta and a little bit more information about the story, which will be unfolding in the story mode after the tutorial. So this is kind of more like a prologue. So yeah, as you can see, lots of information on how to play. Very helpful too, by the way, for anybody who hasn't played these types of games before. So we're getting some information on where to go and what exactly to do. So we're going to make our way over to the little town up here. And I guess this is us in our little chariot going through all the Roman roads that already exist. And we're going to head up here to this town where the story will unfold a little bit further. Gotta say, I love how this looks. I mean, this is intended to be kind of a lower poly game in a way. I know this won't appeal to everybody, but if you're a big fan of how maybe Stronghold looked back in the day, or maybe even, you know, like the Diablo games, then I think this is really going to appeal to you. Okay, let's go ahead and jump up to the top of the map then. We can also kind of adjust some of the difficulty here, or like, you know, distribute our points, but we're going to leave it as is, so that way it'll change it for every battle or every mission or whatnot. We will be doing a few different things related to Roman life, so it's much more than just what it seems. All right, let's go ahead and get our little wagon up there too. Now, the map is beautiful. I think it looks really nice. And I also like how all the houses and buildings are laid out in a gridiron pattern, which a lot of them were. You know, of course, we love games like Bannerlords here that allow us to build more organic cities, and it's nice to see aqueducts going all the way through the woods and through other locations, but it also is very cool to see a classic grid-based city builder, kind of like in the style of Caesar or Pharaoh or Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom. A little bit more information here on how to play. Let's go ahead and find our city, and it'll take a little bit of time to load, as it says, have some patience. Roman bureaucracy is not the quickest. Yeah, indeed. The color palette here is great. I think there's also a little bit of a maybe day-night cycle that will unfold as we play too. You'll kind of see the sun shifting direction and shadows being portrayed on the city. So yeah, all that just to get to this point to where we now finally get to build a city. So a little bit more information on what we're doing. And here we are, arriving now in our big, beautiful boat, bringing tons of supplies that are needed to start this new city. If we go into this retro mode here in the upper right corner, it actually zooms in a little bit on the boat, and all the details truly remind me of, well, Diablo, and also a little bit of Stronghold. You can see the riverbed there, all the lush landscape, and the, well, look at that, trees, and we've got some logs and reeds and some other things there along the river as our boat now pulls up towards this pier where there's a guy fishing. And yeah, it very much looks like a old school game. I love everything about it. So if we zoom in a little bit, we can see that guy there. Just chilling, and the supplies should be dropped off. We already have some settlements in the area. We've got like some defensive towers here. There's already like kind of a town on the other side there, and also some other buildings that are kind of in our area too. So there we are. We've now landed. All the supplies have been offloaded safely, and we're free to start building some stuff for the Emperor, which eventually will be us, I suppose. All right, they want us to found a area for crossroads and then also a city center. We're going to build a bridge eventually, so we're going to try to build it right here where there's already an existing road. But there is a little bit of a farm in the way, and so we're going to go ahead and try to plop that down right about there, and that should be a pretty good spot. We're also going to build the Sacred City Center, and I think what we could do is probably just put that right at the crossroads, and that'll look real neat. Yay! A round of applause. Cool. So there's also a road that goes up this way, and so we're going to go ahead and connect those two together. Welcome! Excellent. We have our city engineer standing by. If we need him, we can press V in order to find him on the map. Very nice. So on both sides of the river, there are connecting roads to the region, so they're going to want us to connect those roads together. And of course, you'd imagine the Romans would have some of the best roads, well, some of the first roads too. We have gravel roads, city streets, and trade roads, of course, with higher building costs and upkeep, but of course the benefit for that will be much faster travel and trade. So we'll go ahead and get started with just a simple gravel road for now. And of course we have all these different building materials and things at our disposal, and it'll kind of show you how we can build roads. All in a grid pattern, of course, and I know that's not for everybody, but I think it fits a game like this, especially when it's trying to mimic that old art style. We need to build some roads here along the dotted line, so we'll do just that, even though it doesn't match our crossroad precisely. We'll still go ahead and match that like that if we can. Go ahead and build back this way and here too. Perfect. All right, once the road is done, we should be good. We're going to go ahead and continue to connect these together. And provinces will also connect with a border crossing like that. And we're going to build a beautiful bridge like that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But let's continue without a bridge for now. It can wait. Right. So we do need to build a bridge, but we can prepare for the bridge eventually to be built by kind of lining up our roads in advance and get ready to, connect to that when the time comes. We're going to go ahead and at least connect to the region here and get everything all linked up that way. And then we'll go ahead and maybe readjust our roads a little bit to fit this little layout like this. I know I'm being a bit too diva-ish with this, but that's okay. It'll look nice in time, trust me. We'll go ahead and build up here to where the pier is as well, up there. So very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and delete a few old roads, and we'll start building whatever's required at the top. Longhouses now. Now, one thing this game does really well is it allows us to actually build a randomized type building that still fits the profile of domicile that we need. So, for example, in like the old Pharaoh games, you'd build a building that was like a 2x2 or a 3x3, but here we'll be able to unlock some really cool stuff here. So we have some randomization down here, and we could go ahead and roll the dice in order to build a building of different styles. So like, for example, a Roman house will look like that. We can click the dice again, and it'll kind of change each and every time. Things that'll change here is like the plot size, and maybe because of that, the building will change its appearance in terms of how many stories it is and how it looks. Honestly, I can't help but think how these buildings really truly look like they are from like the Wild West or something like that. So yeah, we even have backyard houses too. So we can add gardens if we want to. We can really decorate in so many different ways that really will make these buildings look ultra unique and not be too samey. So let's go ahead and try to build something here. We'll start with this random longhouse here, and maybe we'll build two of the same to start with. And, as they mentioned there, that's exactly what we're going to build. Excellent. If you want to get rid of a building at the mouse pointer, press the right mouse button. Oh, yeah, so basically to deselect stuff. All right, time to decorate a little bit. They want us to now put down a well. Actually, a well will be for water, but will look nice, too. It'll be for, like, firefighting and for hydration. We'll go ahead and plop that down maybe over here for now. And we'll watch them build. Yeah, as you could imagine, there's a pop-up like every second. I mean, imagine reading through all this. I think it is a little wordy, but also I think it's with good intent to try to show how different this is from most city builders. And we're going to build a necropolis now, so obviously people don't want to live next to the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and build a pyre and then also a main building for this. So red marker of a necropolis indicates that there are no residential buildings that should be located within the influence. Yeah, so we want to build this far out of town. Far out, man. So let's go ahead and maybe plop that down there, if we can. Oh, it wants to connect to a road, so we'll place it on the road then. I was going to place it afterwards. And then maybe a small burial ground, maybe a medium. Medium burial ground. Okay, I was reading to see if that said... I thought it said something about a ritual, but we'll plop that there and see what happens. Ah, perfect. All right, he's heading back to town, and we're going to be in charge without him, so that's cool, I guess. All right, build a few longhouses and gardens as gap fillers until... Is it Pizzo returns? Okay. Oh, and they're already building those houses, too. Like, really well underway. Now, of course, we could build things that are similar to the Colosseum, amphitheaters. There's a lot of different entertainment that we can eventually construct. So, and you can see that here. There's quite a lot of things in this game that do have some sort of an attempt to try to be different each and every time you build them, like the residential homes, for example. Hell, you can even click on these houses and change the roof color if you want to. Like, you see that happening right there? Like, if we want to, we could just make all the roofs like a dark color or kind of vary them up a little bit. And, yeah. So anyway, I like that darker color there, so we'll go with that. Let's go back to the residential homes and maybe see if we can build a garden now. Let's see, garden A. That kind of looks nice. Oh, it literally is for food production too, I suppose, not just flowers and looking pretty. Let's go with that, and then maybe we'll go with another one that's a little longer there. Oh, there we go. Oh, that looks really nice. Okay, let's add some more homes then. That looks similar to the other ones. And let's go with one more. A little shorter on that one. Wow, okay. So yeah, you can see all the construction going on then. People digging and using pickaxes and leveling the land and installing different types of beams and whatnot. Very cool stuff. Okay, while we're waiting, we'll look around a little bit. You can see a Roman guard there in a tower. There's already kind of some settlements here already. Alert the cavalry troops stationed inland at an early stage. That's what they'll do if there's any sort of invasion or a occupying force that tries to take us over. But that'll never happen. Rome will stand forever. Oh, look at that. There's the pyre burning there in a little ritual zone. Ooh, look at that food. Okay, we can build gap fillers, buildings with food icon, provide some food, building a fisherman's house or a farm, and import food, so people go and be hungry. Since we don't have much space to build farms, we'll be sourcing local food. Okay, let's do exactly that then. So they want us to build a... oh, they want us to build some area to store food. And we could probably put that near the town. Oh, look at the trees look great there. Really pretty already. I'm going to go ahead and build that there if I can. Let's see which Villa Rusticas want to provide us with food. Oh, that's an event tab. I think I have to click that, then this. Ah, there we are. Region view. Everything within 10 miles of your city is referred to as a region. Okay. Ah, there we are. So we're kind of back to where we were just before. Northern region, your settlement, and the river. Oh, wow. Look at that. All the tile work on the outside. That looks nice. Or the brickwork there. And some of the other stuff around the table. Fascinating. Okay, so yeah, there's our town. And the... click on the villa to buy food. Actually, this is close to it, so... there it is. Alright, let's go ahead and conclude an agreement. We're going to get started by purchasing some extra food. And there we go. Locked in. Now we have a little snackage going on. So now we'll return to the town. But yeah, so there's where we settled along the river. There was some of the settlements on the other side. And more farms. And other sources for food nearby. More lore building up. Awards are rare. They still have no direct influence on the course of the game. They only show that you're a good Roman. Ah. Okay. Am I a Times New Roman or just Roman from Grand Theft Auto 4? Cousin! Yeah, you remember him? Always wanting to go bowling, that guy. All right, reputation and private fortune are two things to consider in the upper left corner of the map, and we'll always have to keep an eye on those. So yeah, there's our reputation at the top at 25 and personal wealth of 1,000 just below that. And, of course, the bigger the better on those two for sure. Okay. The Villa Rustica owners' slaves report that they cannot unload the food in your town, so let's see exactly where the problem lies. Ah, okay. So it looks like 1, 2, 3. So food will come in from the trade. It'll get dropped off somewhere and then be forwarded to the homes that way. So the customs house distributes the goods automatically and immediately to the respective houses to warehouses at point 3. Okay, so that's something that we're going to need. Since your city is separated by a river, you must consider a river bank for the merchant. Without a bridge and the wrongly placed customs house, the merchant cannot unload their goods. When constructing a customs building, ensure it's located on the correct riverbank. If uncertain, consult the region map. Okay. Let's build a customs building. Is that under market administration? It's kind of glowing a little bit. Let's see, trade, market. I could maybe only imagine it's that one. Let's build it next to the storage warehouse. Nice looking building. Click on the trade icon and then on foreign trade. Trade icon, then foreign trade. Career, events. Oh, wait a minute. We have our different classes here. Liberty, all the way up to, I think it'd be senators. Oh, yeah. Slaves, wood, iron, bricks, marble, food, and denarii. Dinero. Mm-hmm. We have a management tab for form and education. We have security like a city wall and fire stations. Market, foreign trade, port, and a slave market. This might be what we're looking for here, the customs building. There we are. That's what we want to build. Oh, that's a big old beast of a building right there. Go ahead and plop that down over maybe here. Perfect. Right there where our bridge eventually may go. There seems to be a problem. Villa Rustica's delivery wagon cannot deliver the goods. You must build a connecting road to the customs house from the side of the map it's coming from. Well, it's not built just yet. And it might be coming from over there. Let's go ahead and check the world map again if we can. Okay. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly where it's coming from. Okay, so I think this is where we're building here. So let's check back at the town. It says here, Ager Publicus. Go back to the town. Okay, so actually this should be on the right side. Connect the completed customs house with the road on the outskirts of the city. Well, to be fair, the customs house has not yet completed its construction either, so we're getting there. It'll just be a little bit longer. No calendar at the top. That's interesting. Either it hasn't been invented or more likely it's something that's pausing the progression of time for the time being. At least that would be my guess. Okay, building is still under construction, almost complete. Now we're 21% done with the tutorial so far. Imagine that. Hard to tell if that building's done yet. It looks like it is. Now, can we build our... oh, here. Oh, look at this. Ah, here comes all the supplies. Perfect. Right on time. Right-click on the customs building when it is finished being built. All right, so we've got a lot of wagons coming in, bringing in all sorts of Uber Eats, tacos, McDonald's, ramen, all good stuff. I'll show you later how corruption arises. To reduce expenses, we'll need to solve the problem of missing scriptoriums. Oh. There are straight scriptorium, short end, and door elements. Oh, yes. We must create a beautiful form in any form. Use your imagination. In order to place a scriptoria, we must first build a few slots by the altar. Okay. Ooh, there's... oh, wow, some great rainstorms going on. That's going to be neat to see and to hear. All right, let's build a square. I think we could build one maybe on the other side. Starting here, maybe. Click place and then place 5 pieces. Oh, are they wanting us to do it from the city center? No. Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, we'll build a nice little thing like that. Build 3 small scriptoria elements, but no more. Well, let's build a little bit of a square here. This is uncharted territory for me. I'm not sure exactly what they want me to do. I haven't seen something like this in a game before. Well, let's go ahead and build a middle piece. And left. And right. Probably could build a gate and whatever they showed there, a large square with some open buildings on the other side. Right clicking on the altar, you can see the required... Wow, this music though. Damn. Ah, there we are. Build a calendar in the forum instead of further scriptoria under extensions. Okay, we could do that. There's our calendar. Wow, it's like a big public display. Okay, news comes from ancient sources such as Tacticus and others. Build a small rostra. Now, where would that be, huh? Let's actually take a look at all these buildings. Very nice stuff. Well, the square looks nice. Alright, so back to forum. Oh, the middle pieces, all that stuff looks so cool. Oh, wow. What? Wow, we're building so many cool things. I'm not sure their historical significance at the moment, but certainly after experimenting with the squares a little bit, or the forum, I want to do things a little differently. This is like my 3rd time building one, so I still haven't got the hang of it, but, you know, we are kind of dealing with a little bit more of a kind of a cramped space with this little settlement here in the river, and not really a lot of space to build something cool just yet, but we'll get there. Right-click on a residential longhouse. We have a problem with food. I'll show you later on how to solve it. Now might be a good idea. You know, maybe now to stop the starvation would be a good and important thing, I think. Yeah, I'm no expert, but yeah, I think that'd be a good call. Oh, look at all that information. There is food stored, but the residents cannot buy it because a market is missing. All right, let's build a market then. Okay. Actually, wait, we built a market here. So we should be able to add on to that. Build a market and 2 stalls. So there's our market stalls. And they should just take a quick second to build. Hopefully the game recognizes that we do have the market down, and I think it did. Excellent. I'll show you how to produce wood. The process for other resources is the same. Ah, now we get into productivity. Lumberjack, wood processing, wood warehouse. Okay. Well, now we're going to build a lumberjack anywhere where there's a good deposit. Ah, yet another game that points to where the resources are. Love this. I've been seeing this recently where when you select a building, the game will kind of point on the map where you can get a lot of those resources, and it takes the guesswork and the searching out when you're trying to find somewhere to build a building or get a resource. Saves you a little bit of time, and that's extra time for gaming rather than for guesswork. Okay, we're going to try to build up here because that looked to be a lot of wood that way. So let's see if we can build it this way. Alright, perfect. Lumberjack is locked in. Build a wood processing building and a wood warehouse. Wow, that's a big building for wood processing. And a warehouse too. Alright. Now I think what we're going to do is eventually get to building our bridge. I hope. That'll be our goal. Wait until the wood processing is finished being constructed. That's going to be a giant factory, really. That's going to be a huge building to construct, so that'll take a little bit of time. We'll see what they can do. Oh, but look at how it looks so far. I can see the potential. You can smell it, right? Like it's a buyer's market. That's where we're going to raise a family. This whole town. Come on. It's going to be awesome. All right. So yeah, we can see people swinging their pickaxe. I think you can sometimes hear hammers swinging and people building in all different manners of the form. And yeah, looks like scaffolding's popping up at random. All this just for wood production. Pretty nifty. Building looks great. Nice. I heard our first tree get knocked down. Right click on the wood processing. Oh, you guys mad? We'll figure that out later. Each building has an entry warehouse where the goods are delivered from the previous stage of production. Very nice. Production per week. Warehouse output. Wood is being produced and stored too. Alright, now we gotta build a slave trader. Great. Oh, lovely. Well, historically accurate, I suppose. Alright, let's build that over here. And a cage. Right click on the central slave market. When the building is built. Okay. Well, the gardens certainly look nice. We still don't have anybody living in the town, though, according to this, but it's got to be people living here. You can see them walking around and delivering things. Work motivation, none. Kind of cool to see all the smoke coming out of this settlement, though. But we won't be able to delete that. We got to kind of build around that. But I guess it's maybe providing some basic food. That doesn't even look like it'd be enough to feed that family at all. We're going to need to order a lot of food as soon as we can. Oh, looks like the market is almost done. And there she be. Yeah, attractiveness is 0. Nobody wants to live near that. The same when you build the graveyard, essentially. Once traders have reached the slave market, buy a slave. Wow. Alright, well, we gotta wait until somebody pulls up. I don't think we can speed up time either. Page up. There we go. Alright, did we buy one? I don't see an option to do it just yet. Wow, look at how far we could zoom in, though. That's crazy. That's like Sims 1 tier. I love it. Okay, I guess we'll have to wait a little while for that to be done. And we could add more buildings and stuff, but nobody's really living here yet. Doesn't look like it. Offered for sale is still 0. But that could change with some of those wagons coming in. Alright, we've sped the game up to maximum speed now. Very interesting, very cool how everything has to be brought in via a horse or oxen team, and it takes time to actually store those things. It's not all instantaneous, and that's kind of cool. Alright. Almost there. We're just getting one person. Hiring one new hire. Got to get the onboarding package ready. And all the corporate trash. There we go. We can now build a shrine. Pretty. Once the shrine is finished being constructed, right-click on the shrine. You got it. Almost there. Perfect. Religious value 5. And some influence on some events. Looks like there's also the ability to build a theater and have that locked in. And then we could also dedicate things to a god. So we could select this, click this, or middle mouse button this. So you can see all the different bonuses that they have as well. Love how we could build the shrine and then actually dedicate it to a god afterwards rather than doing it beforehand. It lets you think a little bit after it's done. Your city is currently too small. Oh, don't tell me that. Construct a building for engineers. Housing for engineer. Whoa. Damn. Need to get into engineering. That's cool. Alright, trees getting deleted a little bit there. 60% of the demo complete, or the tutorial, I should say. Wow, look at that rain picking up speed. That's really good weather effects there. Very nice. Sounds good, looks good. Would appreciate some water on the roads, though. Alright. Each engineering building has 5 sleeping places where your engineers live and work. We're going to hire a student. He'll live here and incur weekly costs. Select tree wedging. Click the book icon on the map. And let's get some training. So we're buying books, maybe, from southern Italy. Interesting. Click on the landing stage in the opposite riverbank to the watchtower. Ah. Where is that? Click on the landing stage. Oh, here. Let's request wood. Oh, close the window. I would like to introduce you to the basics of constructing entertainment buildings. All right. Well, let's build like a Hooters or something like that. They want us to build, a theater. Oh. A small wood theater. Okay. Yeah, small. These buildings are rather large, actually. And I like it. Like it's better than just like a 4x4 building. They're actually pretty beefy. Wow, look at that. Okay. Right click on the shrine. No, I want to see the theater. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Alright, right click on the shrine. Consult Augurs. Ah, wow. This goes into so much detail. We can actually schedule out festivals and such. Now, a lot of games allow you to build like a festival square, and it just kind of increases attractiveness or desirability. I wish more games would make it so that way there was a... And this game does a pretty good job with that with the forum, but games like Manor Lords and also Farthest Frontier need to allow us to build a public square and then kind of plan out what happens there. And this kind of has a little bit of that where we can actually have a time with the theater and stuff like that. Very cool. Wow, that is detailed. Look at that. Okay, let's go back to the city. Oh. You may have noticed there's still a native tribe living in the city area. They occupy valuable building land. Why don't you go there with... Uh-oh. Oh, the engineer and establish contact. Okay. We should be able to tell him to move. There we go. Family's roots run deep in the soil for centuries, but now you have arrived as conquerors to share a way of life. We accept our fate with dignity. How would you like to collect your taxes? Weekly food or denarii? I think we want food. You could displace them to create more building space. However, they're not doing that right now. We're not doing that right now. Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, click on management. Ooh. Here in the Senate, we can review individual areas of our administration. Click on the regional production. Ah. Alright, return to the city then. Slave trader's just come to town. He'll surely offer you a personal slave, but oh, buy him regardless of the price. I'll explain later. Oh, this guy must be very important for some reason. I'm a Caribbean... I thought it said Caribbean. I was like, wait a minute. Cantabarian slave trader. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we can sell them or release them. You can own a maximum of 4 slaves at the same time. Wow. And we can review events, of course, too. And take a look at our career as we crawl all the way up to console. Like being a PS5 or something. Yeah, there's our reputation now at 49. Wow, we got to get all the way up to 3,000 then to possibly run for office, I suppose. Okay, you and your parents have invested a lot of money in your career. It needs to pay off somehow. Oh. Looks like a guy spent time drinking rather than learning about how to cut down the damn trees like we paid him to do. Click on management, go to salary and donation. Click on management, go to salary and donation. Your city's not doing well financially, you can donate money from your private funds here. Apply for a weekly salary of 5 denarii. We gotta type in 5, I see. Okay. Understood, brother. Alright, wait until the governor has reviewed your request. Continue building the settlement in the meantime. Wow, we gotta wait for the paperwork to come through on our request for a raise. Imagine that. Governor's reviewed your request. He bought his office and now wants to make the most of it. Oh, yeah. The governor rejects the offer as inappropriate. Try again in a year at the earliest. Yeah, we should have went with reputation and gift. Oh, maybe not. Where's our friend? Ooh. Our father's purchasing 2 residential buildings. Pause the story of the demo to play. Oh, okay. I do wonder where our friend went. So far, so good, though. Not bad for a little tutorial demo, really. It's trying to be a demo, and it's also trying to show us what it can do and what it's trying to be without giving us too much. Hence the, it's kind of a little slice, a sample, like when you go to Costco or something to get a little couple chicken nugs before you buy the big old dog food size bag. But regardless, I like the look of all the buildings and the layout of everything. I appreciate the fact that it's a grid-based builder like the old Sierra days. Love the look of the buildings, 100%. Like, really, not only just the layout of the buildings like I mentioned here, but also, like, literally the look. The materials they're built with, the color palette, and all the different materials that they're built with. Not to mention the river itself, too. Potential bridge building and building towns along those rivers in order to take advantage of the crossroads and business that may come from afar. I like it a lot. Oh, boy. Well, we got more trouble on our way, that's for sure. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching our first look then at this game. And I want to play it a little bit more in the future as it, again, will be coming out in 2024. It's certainly very heavy with its verbiage and words for the tutorial, but it is a tutorial, so it would be kind of, well, pointless if it didn't try to teach us so much. But I really like the fact that you guys told me about this game after seeing Citadellum, which is also on the channel as well. Check out Citadellum, which will be coming soon, I think sometime this year as well. And let me know of any other city builders you want me to check out with the comment section down below. Seriously, let me know if there's any that you wonder if I've played or any that you would recommend. I'm certainly relying on you for any big O city builders that you may have heard of this year that I'd love to play here on the channel. Thanks again for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.